To create a reuse poster for old bottles as plant pots, first, go to coolers.co to choose a color scheme. You can either start the generator or explore trending palettes. Let's try starting the generator. Once you click on the button, you will see a random set of color scheme generated for you. If you do not like this, you can follow the instruction, press the space bar to generate other color palettes. So I'm going to press my space bar to find a set of colors that I like. Remember to find one that has at least one green within it. Once you are happy with the palette, click onto Export, Image, and name it as Reuse Poster _ palette. This will be the color palette you will use for your poster. Once done, click Export. Finish. Let's go to Figma to design our poster. Go to figma.io or .com and sign in with Google to the TrackB account. Check your class notebook for instructions. Once done, click onto New Design File. Click onto the untitled title and name it your name _ the project of today. So today is a reuse poster. Finish. Let's add a frame. Click on Frame and choose a A4 paper size. You can also choose whether you want a vertical page or horizontal landscape page. I'm going to stick with a vertical portrait. Now once done, we're going to change the color of the frame according to the color palette that we have chosen. To do this, first add the color palette in. Go to Figma, Main Menu, go to File, Place Image, go to your downloads and look for the color palette that you have saved for reuse poster. Once you click on it, you will need to click and drag outside your frame to draw an area where you want to put your color palette. Let go and it will appear at the side. Now, click back onto your frame and look for the Fill option. Click on it and use the eye picker to pick out the color for the background that you want. Once done, you may close the fill box and now you're ready to add text. To add text to your poster, click onto the T, Text tool, and click and drag a text box near the top of your poster for your title. You will notice that the blinking text cursor is very small. So we can change the size first by looking at the text option on the right panel. Go to the number 12 and change it to a bigger size, maybe something like 60 or 90. Let's try 90 first. Once done, you will see that the blinking typing cursor is now bigger and ready for you to type bigger words. So let's type the word reduce. Let's change the font. Click and drag over your words to highlight. Click onto the name of the font and simply use your up and down arrow keys to choose a font that you like. Once you're happy with it, you can continue to play around with the size to get a good size. I'm going to stick with this font, India Serif. Now once done, we're going to add another text box for the poster body text. Go to Text again, click and draw another smaller text box, and this time round change the size to a medium size around either 60 or 30. Let's move to 60 first. If it's still too big, you can reduce further. Now we're ready to type. So you can type out reuse. Oops, sorry, I made a mistake. Reuse. So we're doing a reuse poster, sorry. So reuse old bottles as plant pots. Finish. You can click outside the text box and stretch it and fit it into place under the title. Once done, we can now work on the object icon to represent our poster. So we're going to create an old bottle, and we're going to create another one where it's used as a plant pot. So to create an old bottle, first go to the rectangle shape tool and drag to create a long rectangle. Next, we are going to add a trapezium on top of it. So go to the same text tool, look for the polygon and draw a triangle. Try to touch the edge of the triangle with the edge of the rectangle nicely. Once done, we're going to cut off a bit of the top of the triangle. So to do this, we are going to add a rectangle on top of it. Okay, select both that small rectangle and the triangle only. And we're going to create a subtract compound shape. So arrow down the compound shape tool and click subtract. Now we have created the basic shape of our bottle. If you see shapes that are not aligned, you can still click on them and stretch them to align them nicely. To make this easier for us, we are also going to select over our entire bottle shape, and we're going to do a compound union to combine it. Once done, we're going to change the color. So click onto a shape, look at fill, and choose a color from your color scheme that you haven't used. Let's try a brown or whatever that you have. Once done, go to the same text tool, go to the same shape tool, go to rectangle, and draw another rectangle box, this time for the label of the water bottle to make it more obvious that it's a bottle. Change the fill color to another color from the color scheme, and create another rectangle for the bottle cap. You can make this rectangle stick a little bit out of the trapezium and change the fill color and match it to a different color scheme on the color palette. Okay, once you're happy with your design, okay, select your entire bottle shape and move it to place where you want to put. Now we're going to copy this bottle and make a second one on the right to serve as the plant pot. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V, pull out. Okay, and for this second one, we're going to delete this small rectangle on top. So click on it and press delete on your keyboard. Okay, and now we are going to show a comparison with a comparison arrow. So go to the shape tool rectangle, create a long rectangle in the middle of the two bottles, and go to the polygon shape tool and draw a triangle. We are going to flip this or rotate it 90 degrees. So go to this angle option, 90 degrees, enter. Okay, we have to flip it. So right click, flip horizontal, and then move it on top this rectangle here. Once done, select both the triangle and rectangle that forms an arrow and do a union. Now they are combined into a single arrow. Change the fill color to match a color on your color palette that you haven't used. I'm going to use a dark color. And resize it smaller to fit. Now we're going to create the plant to represent the plant coming out from the plant pot bottle. So to do that, very simply, go to the rectangle shape tool, draw a very thin rectangle coming out from the top of the right bottle. Look for fill and change the fill color to a green to represent the plant. Once done, go and find the ellipse shape and draw two ovals, starting with the first one on the left. Change the fill color, eyedropper to green. And we're going to copy this to make another one on the right. So, to do this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy paste, pull out, and there you have your plant. Okay, so this is a very simple poster that we have created. Once done, we need to export. So click on A4 frame, scroll all the way down on the right panel, click on export and export A4. Once done, you can pop this work into your class notebook and do your reflection.